Meet Alex and Jordan. January 1st, 2016. Both 25 years old, both making $50,000 a year, both living in the same city, same education, same opportunities. Fast forward to today, January 15th, 2026, exactly 10 years later. Alex's net worth, $47,000, still working the same job, still living paycheck to paycheck, still saying next year will be different. Jordan's net worth, $2.4 million, owns 3 businesses, wakes up when they want, works on what they want, financially free. What happened? They made the same decision on the same day in 2016, but Alex thought in days, Jordan thought in decades, and that single difference in time horizon created a $2.3 million gap. I'm going to show you the exact mathematical principle behind why the 1% get exponentially richer while everyone else stays linear. And more importantly, I'm going to show you how to shift your brain from daily thinking to decade thinking, because once you understand this, you can't unsee it. By the end of this video, you'll understand compound interest, not just with money, but with every area of your life. But first, let me tell you what Jordan did on January 1st, 2016, the decision point. New Year's Day, 2016, Jordan's sitting at their kitchen table with a notebook. Everyone else is nursing hangovers and posting resolutions they'll forget by February. Jordan is doing math. They write down a simple question. If I improve 1% every single day for 10 years, where will I be? Then they do the calculation. 1.01 to the power of 365 equals 37.8. If you get 1% better every day for a year, you end up 37 times better. Not 365% better. Not even 400% better. 37 times better. But Jordan doesn't stop there. They run the 10-year calculation. 1.01 to the power of 3,650 equals 1,427,587,883%. That's not a typo. If you improve 1% daily for 10 years, you don't become 10% better or 100% better. You become over 1 billion% better. And Jordan realized something that changed their entire life. The 1% don't play a different game. They play on a different timeline. Meanwhile, Alex, same day, same kitchen table, is thinking about their resolution to get fit. They join a gym, go for 2 weeks, stop, try again in March, stop. Repeat pattern for 10 years. Alex is playing the effort game, Jordan is playing the compound game. And here's why this matters more in 2026 than ever before. Principle 1. The exponential curve. Let me explain something that most people fundamentally misunderstand about success. Success is not linear, it's exponential. Linear growth. You put in effort, you get results. Put in more effort, get more results. Predictable, controllable. This is how your job works. Trade time for money. Exponential growth. You put in effort. Nothing happens. More effort. Still nothing. More effort. Small results. Keep going. Then suddenly, explosion. This is called the latent potential curve. James Clear wrote about this in Atomic Habits. You work and work and work with no visible results. People call you crazy. You start doubting yourself, and then, seemingly overnight, you become an overnight success. But here's what nobody tells you. The valley of disappointment is where 99% of people quit. Let me show you what this looked like for Jordan. Year 1 to 2, 2016 to 2017. Jordan starts a side hustle, works every evening and weekend, makes $3,000 total in 2 years. That's $125 per month. Barely covers their software subscriptions. Friends say, just quit, it's not worth it. Jordan keeps going. Year 3, 2018. First small breakthrough. Monthly revenue hits $800. Still not life-changing, still working full-time job, still grinding, but now they see the curve starting. Year 4 to 5, 2019 to 2020. Revenue climbs to $3,000 per month. Then $7,000, then $12,000. Jordan quits their job. Everyone thinks they got lucky. No, they just stayed in the game long enough for compound interest to kick in. Year 6 to 10, 2021 to 2026. Exponential explosion. Business hits $40,000 per month. They hire a team. launch a second business, then a third, multiple revenue streams all compounding. By 2026, they're clearing $200,000 per month. Meanwhile, what's Alex doing? Alex is still starting over. Every single year. They try a diet, quit. Try a business idea, quit. Start learning guitar, quit. Join a gym, quit. Alex is restarting the compound curve every 3 months, so they never get past day 90. They never experience the exponential phase. They're stuck in the linear land forever. Here's the brutal truth. The 1% are not smarter than you. They're not more talented. They're not luckier. They just refuse to restart. They pick one thing. They commit for a decade, and they let compound interest do it. But here's what makes this even more powerful. It's not just money. Principle 2, compound everything. Money compounds. Everyone knows that. But the 1% understand something deeper. Everything compounds. Let me break down the 5 areas where Jordan applied compound thinking. 1. Skill compounding. Jordan decided, I will learn one new skill deeply every year for 10 years. Year 1, copywriting, learn to sell with words. Year 2, video editing, create content. Year 3, public speaking, communicate ideas. Year 4, SEO, get found online. Year 5, team management, lead people. Year 6, negotiation, close deals. Year 7, financial modeling, understand numbers. Year 8, product development, build solutions. Year 9, marketing psychology, understand buyers. Year 10, systems building, scale operations. By 2026, Jordan has 10 deep skills. But here's where it gets crazy. Those skills multiply each other. Copywriting times video editing equals viral content. Public speaking times SEO equals thought leadership. Team management times systems equals scalable business. 10 skills don't give you 10 times value. They give you 10. 10 factorial equals 3,628,800 combinations. Meanwhile, Alex spent 10 years getting pretty good at one thing and then switching to something else every year. 10 surface-level skills, 0 depth, 0 compounding. 2. Relationship compounding. Jordan kept a simple rule. Connect with one new high-value person every month. Follow up consistently. 12 people per year times 10 years equals 120 high-quality relationships. But relationships compound. Those 120 people introduced Jordan to others. By year 10, Jordan's network was 800-plus people, all decision-makers, entrepreneurs, investors. One introduction in 2024 led to a $500,000 deal. That introduction came from someone Jordan met in 2017 who remembered them because Jordan had checked in every quarter for 7 years. Alex? Alex meets people, exchanges numbers, never follows up, starts over every networking event, 0 compound interest. 3. Health compounding. Jordan's rule: exercise 30 minutes daily, no exceptions, even if it's just a walk. Year 1, lost 15 pounds, felt better. Year 3, running 5Ks easily, sleeping better, thinking clearer. Year 5, completed first marathon, energy levels insane. Year 7, resting heart rate of 52. Biological age 7 years younger than chronological. Year 10, while everyone their age is slowing down, Jordan is accelerating. But here's where health compounds in a hidden way. Energy creates productivity. Productivity creates wealth. Wealth creates options. Options create freedom. Your health doesn't just make you live longer, it makes you earn more across that longer life. Alex started and stopped fitness 23 times in 10 years, never built momentum, never experienced compound fitness. Now in 2026, Alex is on blood pressure medication, pre-diabetic, exhausted all the time, same starting point, different timeline, exponentially different outcome. 4. Knowledge compounding. Jordan's protocol. Read 30 minutes every day, 1 book every 2 weeks, 25 books per year. Year 1, 25 books. Year 10, 250 books. But knowledge doesn't just stack, it connects. Book 100 makes you understand books 1 to 99 differently. By book 200, you're seeing patterns nobody else sees. You're making connections across disciplines. You're innovating. Jordan reads business plus psychology plus history plus science. The combinations create unique insights. By 2026, Jordan thinks in frameworks most people don't even know exist. Alex reads headlines, scrolls Twitter, watches educational YouTube. 10 years later, Alex has consumed 10,000 plus hours of content, but can't remember 95% of it. No depth, no compounding. 5. Capital compounding. This is the obvious one, but watch how Jordan did it. Year 1 to 2, save $500 per month from side hustle. Build $12,000 emergency fund. Year 3, emergency fund complete. Now $500 per month into index funds. Year 4 to 5, side hustle growing. Investing $2,000 per month. Year 6, quit job. Business cash flowing. Invest $5,000 per month. Year 7 to 10, multiple businesses. Invest $15,000 plus per month. But here's the magic. The money invested in year 3 has been compounding for 7 years. The money from year 5 has been compounding for 5 years. Every dollar Jordan invested is now making them money. By 2026, Jordan's investments are generating $8,000 per month in passive income. That's $96,000 a year they don't have to work for. Alex, lifestyle inflation. Every raise equals bigger apartment, nicer car, more expensive restaurants. By 2026, Alex makes $85,000, up from $50,000, but still has no savings. The raises compounded, the lifestyle compounded, but wealth? Zero. Do you see the pattern? The 1% don't just compound money, they compound everything. Skills, relationships, health, knowledge, capital, all growing exponentially, all reinforcing each other. The psychological shift. Okay, so you understand the math, you see the proof. But here's the real question. If compound interest is this powerful, why doesn't everyone do it? Because your brain is wired against long-term thinking. Let me explain the neuroscience. Your prefrontal cortex, the part that does rational, long-term planning, is evolutionarily young. It's weak. It gets tired easily. Your limbic system, the part that wants pleasure now, is evolutionarily old. It's powerful. It's always on. When you think about working on something for 10 years, your prefrontal cortex says, yes, this is smart. But your limbic system says, that's boring. I want dopamine now. And 99 times out of 100, the limbic system wins. This is why people buy lottery tickets instead of investing. Why they binge Netflix instead of building skills. Why they scroll Instagram instead of reading books. The 1% don't have better brains. They have better systems to override their brains. Here's how Jordan did it. System 1, the Decade Vision Book. Every January 1st, Jordan writes their 10-year vision. Not vague goals, specific, detailed outcomes. By 2026, I will own 3 businesses generating $200,000 plus per month combined. Have $2 million plus net worth with $100,000 plus per year passive income, weigh 165 pounds with 12% body fat, and run a sub-3:30 marathon, speak conversational Japanese, and have read 250 plus books, live in a house I own with 0 debt, have a network of 50 plus close, ambitious friends. Then, and this is critical, Jordan reads this every single morning for 10 years. Not once, not when they feel like it, every morning. Why? Because your brain forgets long-term goals. It needs constant reminding. The 1% don't rely on memory. They rely on repetition. System 2, the non-negotiable daily minimum. Jordan's rule, even on my worst day, I do the minimum. Minimum for fitness, 10-minute walk. Minimum for business, 30 minutes of deep work. Minimum for learning, read 10 pages. Minimum for network. Send 1 message to someone in my network. On bad days, and there were hundreds of bad days over 10 years, Jordan did the minimum, because the minimum maintains the compound curve. Alex would go all in for a month, then take a month off to recharge. Every break resets the compound interest. You don't just pause, you actually lose ground, because decay is also exponential. System 3, the monthly compound audit. First Sunday of every month, Jordan asks 5 questions. 1. Am I 1% better than last month in my key areas? 2. What actions did I take that will pay dividends in 5+ years? 3. What short-term dopamine hits did I resist? 4. Who did I add to my network who's ahead of me? 5. What skill did I improve that will multiply with my other skills? This creates awareness. Most people compound accidentally. The 1% compound intentionally. Now I can hear you thinking, this sounds exhausting. Do I have to sacrifice all joy for 10 years? No, you have to sacrifice cheap joy for deep joy. Alex's joy, scrolling, partying, buying things, instant gratification. Jordan's joy, building something real, watching progress, mastering skills, financial freedom. One type of joy fades in hours. The other type compounds for decades. But what if I pick the wrong thing to compound? You won't know until year 5. That's the risk. But here's the truth. Even if you pick something suboptimal, 10 years of compounding on a B+ idea beats 10 years of restarting on A+ ideas. The 1% understand. Commitment beats optimization. But I'm already 35. I don't have 10 years. You have more than you think. You'll be 45 in 10 years anyway. The question is, will you be 45 with a decade of compound interest behind you? Or 45 wishing you'd started 10 years ago? Principle 3, the math of sacrifice. Let's talk about what Jordan gave up to get compound interest, because this is where most people lie to themselves. They want the results without the trade-offs. Here's what Jordan's life looked like from 2016 to 2021. The first 5 years. Weekdays, 6 a.m., wake up, 6 to 7:30 a.m., work on side business, 7:30 to 8:30 a.m., exercise, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m., full-time job, 6 to 10 p.m., side business, 10:30 p.m., bed weekends, 8 a.m. to 4 p.m., side business, 4 p.m. to 6 p.m., learn new skill, 6 p.m., social time, if available. Jordan worked 70 to 80 hours per week for 5 years straight. No vacations, no spontaneous trips, no Thursday night hangouts, no weekend brunch culture, no binge-watching shows. Friends stopped inviting Jordan places. Family said, "You're working too hard." Partners left because Jordan was never available. This is the real cost of compound interest. You pay upfront for decades of benefit. And here's the thing nobody tells you. Year 1 to 3 is brutal. You're working twice as hard as everyone else for less money than everyone else. You watch friends buy new cars while you're eating rice and beans. You watch people take tropical vacations while you're grinding on Saturday. And your brain screams at you, "This isn't worth it. Just be normal. Just relax." But Jordan had a framework, the 5-year rule. I will evaluate this decision not on how it makes me feel today, but on how it will position me in 5 years. Should I go out tonight or work on my business? Today, going out feels better. 5 years, working compounds. Should I buy this $50,000 car or invest the money? Today, car feels better. 5 years, investment compounds. Should I watch Netflix or read a business book? Today, Netflix feels better. 5 years. Knowledge compounds. Every decision went through this filter. And here's what happened. By year 6, the sacrifices reversed. Jordan now had more money than all their friends, more free time, business was systematized, more energy, fitness had compounded, more options, skills, and network had compounded. While Alex was still trading time for money, still living paycheck to paycheck, still saying next year will be different. The 1% understand. Delayed gratification is not a sacrifice. It's an investment. You're not giving up pleasure. You're exchanging micro pleasures for macro freedom. The implementation roadmap. All right, you've made it this far. You understand compound interest. You see the math. Now, how do you actually do this? The 10-year compound protocol, step 1. Pick your one thing, week 1. You can't compound 47 different goals. Pick one primary vehicle for the next decade. A business, a skill, an investment strategy, a creative pursuit, a mission. Jordan picked, build a digital business that generates $20,000 plus per month. What's yours? Write it down. Make it specific. Make it measurable. Make it 10-year worthy. Step 2. Reverse engineer the milestones. Week 2. If you want to hit your 10-year goal, what needs to be true at? Year 1, Year 3, Year 5, Year 7, Year 10. Jordan's breakdown. Year 1, $1,000 per month revenue, 1,000 email subscribers. Year 3, $5,000 per month revenue, profitable, quit job. Year 5, $15,000 per month revenue, hired first team member. Year 7, $40,000 per month revenue, 2 businesses, systematized. Year 10, $100,000 plus per month revenue, multiple revenue streams, true freedom. This makes the 10-year goal believable. You can't see 10 years out, but you can see 1 year out. Step 3. Build your daily non-negotiables. Week 3 to 4. What are the 3 to 5 things you must do every day to move toward your goal? Jordan's daily non-negotiables. 1. 2 hours of deep work on business before day job. 2. 30 minutes of skill learning. 3. 30 minutes of exercise. 4. 15 minutes of reading. 5. 1 outreach to network. These are not optional. These are not when I feel like it. These are daily. For 10 years. Step 4. Create accountability architecture. Month 2. Your brain will sabotage you. You need external forcing functions. Public commitment. Tell everyone your 10-year goal. Shame is a powerful motivator. Financial stake. Join a paid mastermind. Money on the line equals higher commitment. Progress tracking. Use a spreadsheet. Mark an X every day you complete your non-negotiables. Don't break the chain. Accountability partner. Find one person doing the same thing. Check in weekly. Jordan had all 4. It's why they didn't quit when everyone else quit. Step 5. Optimize for sustainability, not intensity, ongoing. The biggest mistake people make, going too hard, too fast, and burning out. You don't need to work 16-hour days. You need to work sustainable hours for 10 years. Jordan's rule, I can maintain this pace for a decade. If I can't, I slow down. Some weeks, Jordan only did 40 hours total. That's fine. Consistency beats intensity every time. Step 6. Do the quarterly review every 90 days. First weekend of every quarter, Jordan asks, 1. Am I on track for my 1-year milestone? 2. What's working that I should double down on? 3. What's not working that I should cut? 4. What new skill do I need to learn next? 5. Who do I need to connect with? 6. Am I compounding or just working hard? This prevents you from grinding in the wrong direction for years. Let me tell you where Jordan is right now. January 2026. They're sitting on their back porch in a house they own outright, no mortgage. It's 9 a.m. on a Wednesday. They're drinking coffee, reading a book while their businesses run on systems. They just approved a $75,000 payroll for their team. Their investment portfolio hit $2.4 million. They're planning a month in Japan, fully funded by passive income. But here's what Jordan said to me last week. The money is cool. The freedom is cool. But the real win? I proved to myself that I could commit to something for a decade and see it through. Most people don't even know if they're capable of that. I do. And that changes everything. That's what the 1% understand. Compound interest isn't about the money. It's about becoming someone who finishes what they start. It's about playing long enough to win. And the only way to play that long? Think in decades, not days. Here's my challenge. Today, January 15th, 2026. Make your 10-year decision. Not a resolution, a decision. One thing you will compound for the next 3,650 days. Write it down. Put the date, January 15th, 2036. Write where you'll be if you don't quit. Then come back to this comment section and tell me, what are you compounding? I'll be reading every single one. And in 2036, I'll make a follow-up video checking in on everyone who committed. The 1% aren't special. They just think in decades while everyone else thinks in days. Which timeline are you playing on? If this changed how you think about success, share it with someone who's stuck restarting every year. Let's create a generation of people who finish what they start. See you at the top 10 years from now.